Welcome to Austin, Texas, and Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, where the horns are up and this burnt orange crowd is ready to help Texas hook 'em. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Longhorns will get us started with the opening kickoff. It bounds through the back. Be a touchback. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Looking for a gap. It's Marshall. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Hand off from the shotgun. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins, big physical runners that also had sprinter speed, and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
Getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for him.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Davis will throw. Quick completion on the out route. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Flips it out in the flat. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run from the shotgun. Spins away. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. And the Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. Wide receiver now comes in motion. To the air on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. 2nd down coming up. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. To the air, it's Manning. Dumps it off in the flats. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. The Longhorns are marching down the field.
Nice poise by the quarterback. Here's a big 3rd down throw, and you want to push the ball vertically down the field, but if the defense takes it all away, check the ball down. Get it to your running back and let him go do the work and move the sticks for you.
Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And the ball is intercepted. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives him the ball at the 29-yard line.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. The sure hands, it's Morgan. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
On the ground, it's Marshall. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Great team defense on that one play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Davis looking to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
And you don't want to start this game with 2 straight punts. Big third down opportunity coming here. They go to the counter. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. Here comes the Texas offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Got the quick pass. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the run. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. back to throw. It's Manning. Quick completion on the out. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up fourth.
The Longhorns send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Off play action on first down. Gets it out fast. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Running behind that left side. And the Wolverines will move the sticks with the first down. See that maze in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first downs on the ground. That's who Michigan is.
Trying to find his man on first down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions, but sees zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. They shut it down quickly, but he gets two out to the 18. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Davis will throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
On third and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the fourth down.
Looking for a block. It's Gibson. The coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Fast motion from the offense. From the gun, the ground game. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The Longhorns will hustle to the line. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Right down the middle. Got him downfield. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. To the air. It's Manning. Looking left. He's got it. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a 1st down at the 12. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Brought down after a 5-yard gain down to the 7. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Whew, that linebacker sacked that quarterback, and he was on him quicker than a hiccup.
Yeah, and you see quarterbacks back there pointing and telling the offensive line who to block, and, well, it didn't work, okay? He was not prepared for that. He comes scot-free, and the quarterback pays the consequences for that one.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Longhorns trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete. He was looking to the end zone and trying to get 6.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking for the score. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick 6. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those old linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know, if you can break that play and you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick 6 if you're on offense.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. They try to pop a run on the draw. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Davis looking to pass. Makes the grab on the left. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. They'll try it on the ground. The Wolverines will have a 1st down. Probably the only people upset about going for it on fourth down, the punters, who don't seem to see the field as much as they used to.
Not when you've got a running back like that. He just has like a sixth sense. He always seems like he can just find the crease, especially in these short yardage situations. He comes up with a huge play there on fourth down.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Unloads to the right. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window. And you just say, hey, defense won that well. Good coverage.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Almost a D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Got it, looking for a first. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. No good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. No better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Motion from the offense. To the ground to try to pick up the first. The Longhorns are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it's caught inside the 30. He's got the sideline going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. And the Longhorns are in the hurry-up. Running to the left. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The Longhorns have it in scoring position on first and goal. From the gun. Unleashes to the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
He wants it all. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for space. It's Marshall. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. The Wolverines will kick it away to start the second half. Texas. Coming out with it, it's Gibson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Sending the offense back onto the field. There's certainly room for improvement after that scoreless first-half stalemate.
Yeah, we've set offense back 30 years in that first half, but we've got a whole new half to play here. So why not come out on this first drive, make a statement, and finally get us back into the age of contemporary college football?
You sound very discouraged as I sound encouraged. That's great defense. Phenomenal defense in the first half. Who doesn't love a 0-0 halftime game?
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wide out in motion. Wants to throw. It's Manning. They're trying to get to him. Trying to escape and get it himself. Makes the tackle at the 24, but from inside the 10 to across the 20 on the pickup of 15.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
It's caught. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs, too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's a guy that Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Trying to get to it. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Really need positive yards on second down. After the incompletion, they'll snap it from the 44. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, this thing's starting to snowball now in a bad way for this offense. Second interception in as many drives. This quarterback, he's got to be able to turn the page and make better decisions.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher Reese Davis, this is very ungood.
Running toward the tape. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. The give to the back. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16. The play-action fake. Takes a hit as he fires. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
It's a draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they try to go with the draw out of the shotgun, but just way too much penetration allowed up front. That defensive line just took that play over.
They get off the rock really fast, get in the backfield. The offensive linemen are supposed to push them upfield. Quarterback's got to sell it. Not anything really in that play in sync, and it doesn't go anywhere.
Field goal is good. And that took a little longer than expected, but we finally have scoring. It's 3-0. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll bring it out. It's Gibson. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Looking down the middle. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Trying to get behind the defense. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
It'll go out of bounds. Depends on where they spot it, but looks as if it'll be around the 45. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little bit, David.
And I guess that's the upside for this offense. Their defense has been so good, but man, oh man, they've got to find something, Jesse, that they can hang their hat on, something they can do to move the football.
It just feels like at this point, they kick one more field goal and this is ball game because of how well their defense is playing. So I think offensively, just don't do anything stupid and give the game away.
Davis will throw. It's complete on the right side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
Got his man quickly. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Great recognition by the defense on that pass play. They knew exactly who the quarterback was going to, and they got there quick.
Offense gets set for second down. Fires to the big fella. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Wolverines moving quickly to the line. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
When you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
Got it behind the line. It's Marshall. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. That is exactly why they call the running back the safety valve. They used it, and they used it to perfection.
Yeah, and you want to push the ball down the field. You want to make those big plays, but you see the defense. They bring the blitz. I got the running back open, dump it to him, let him do the rest, let him get the first down.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Makes the catch. It's Morgan. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And in that situation, the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on third and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And
decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. No good. It's still a 3-point game after the miss.
All right, you're still lifing the opponent because this team just had a chance to pad their lead with that field goal try. They knock it off the post. We've still got a good ball game.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against him.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space. See if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Shoots it to the left. Complete downfield. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. And the Longhorns want to move quickly.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down. Coming after it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And imagine the defense in this scenario, right? You're up by 1 possession. You need to get to the quarterback. You've got to affect him. You're going to blitz or you're going to try to win one-on-one up front. They did it that time, hit him, and forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Out of the gun to give to the back. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
Now, 4th down.
The Longhorns will punt this one away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
The kick is high and away and headed toward the sideline. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Davis looking to pass. Still on his feet at the 35. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Morgan. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Pocket starts to collapse. Safe completion on the screen. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
He'll just keep slinging it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock him up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
Oh, what a call on the fake. They're going to throw it. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. It's nice to be a riverboat gambler and all, but man, oh man, when it goes against you, it can be ugly. Here comes the Texas offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
The give to the back. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down. And the Longhorns heading quickly to the line. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Fast motion from the offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a 1st down. The Longhorns look to keep this drive humming. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. From the gun, the running back has it. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards. Stopped at the 23.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Finds his big tight end. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. DB's right up on the receivers. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. These red zone trips, red has meant stopped. They've gotten nothing in 3 previous tries. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He'll do it himself. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal.
691, Gators Bar.
Trying to power it in. Touchdown, Texas! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch. In those big moments right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You've got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. What a snag by the defense. Takes it the other way. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Longhorn! What a play by this defense with the pick-6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point 4th-quarter lead. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick-6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Davis will throw. Fires on the move. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sideline, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. The Wolverines with the 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the fourth quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. And they make the stop just short of the line to gain. Inches to go, it'll be fourth down.
Well, this offense is giving a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity, because first and second down was ugly. But they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable fourth down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
Intercepted. Looking for more room. He's at the 40. Lowers those pads. The 10. Touchdown, Texas. What a great play by the defense, and paying it off with the interception return. So you think they shouldn't run up the score like this? I remember an old story of one coach telling the other one, I only coach one team, man. It's your job to stop it.
Yeah, I like that approach. That should be your philosophy, but that doesn't mean you don't remember that. You have a turn later on, a lot of times, when your team's better, to do the same thing, to return the favor, and make him forget that.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Offense set on first down. Leaves it with the back. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the three phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to improve.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt. They sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.